to be seen from either side in so many different aspects. So just hit on the desk, see if they come to the forefront here in this matchup.
Well, here's the opening battle from Hobbit. He spots it out. Utility being used late, and already Liquid is making progress. That's a great kill from Twist. Hobbit not able to get back, and they're going to push forward. They've run this pistol round on the C side of Mirage basically 3 times in a row across 3 different matches, and it's effective again here. All of a sudden, a great advantage. They control all the map, all the critical points, and there's no avenue back into this for Gambit except straight up headshots. Adren's got 2.
Look, we asked where he'd been, where he'd gone, if it melted his mind, but it seems like maybe he's warming up here. But the bomb plant was down, all was safe. Liquid with 2 remaining, and the round to start it off on the T side here. So all good for them to start with, but yeah, you've got to feel like if you're Gambit, if you've watched that, you know that's kind of coming. But how do you stop it? As said, it's down to just hitting out the shots on the way back in.
It's a tough pistol round to stop, especially if Hobbit doesn't get one of those kills as they come up, because they do use the utility a little bit late, and the opportunity is there for him to get a headshot. But because of how you have to play this map on the CT side pistol without taking a huge gamble, there's not enough bodies to stop that kind of a press towards jungle, towards window room from the T side. So a good round from Team Liquid. They're going to be able to cross over. There's Naf with an opening kill onto Seized, who's been a big talking point here on this team. Another guy whose mind perhaps melted a little bit after taking the in-game leading roles. We've seen a lot of players like go to in-game leading and then come back and really, really struggle.
So that's what's happened to Chad. It all makes sense, but I love how brazen this is from the T side so far. Not really holding back at all, getting on in there, and Mo's liking it too.
He's loving that. Nice headshot. Oh, there's a stack here at the B bomb site. There's a chance here for Gambit.
Yeah, Dozi's in a great little spot. He can be played in by the other players. If he just holds off for a second, yeah, they don't get checked on. Nice work from Dozy. A Hobbit then swings into things. We're down to a 2v2, and the bomb's in a real tricky spot. Now, Naf does recover with a Galil, but there was a second of threat there, and Dozier, one more shot could have done some real damage, but as it stands, 2 alive, no bomb plant.
Liquid's got to be much, much better at that. That is the exact round that destroyed them against Mouse Sports in Kiev just last week when they did a second round, basically B-rush after winning the pistol round into a force buy stack, and they didn't clear out all the corners, and they were able to just get wiped out. So they have to be careful entering upon these bomb sites, making sure they're clearing corners. Either way, 2-0. This Team Liquid team has amassed quite a bit of firepower with Naf coming in for JDM. I think a lot of people were confused about that pickup, and they've quickly been silenced with how well Naf has played on this team. Aggression, that's a great kill from Mo. I don't know how that comes out entirely, to be honest.
I missed the SP, Jason. It's like you start this story, you build things up, and then, like these things happen. I can just hear in your voice like, great.
Yep.
Good times ahead. But it has been recovered well, at least. Hobbit does still find Steel, so he's going to get himself an AK if he can get away scot-free. I doubt he can. There's a lot of players hunting him down very quickly. But
it's a weird position to want to chase him down, because you lost 3 players in the previous round as well.
Exactly.
And while you can manage the economy better on the T side, you don't want to have to. But you do want to take the 7K47 away. Now he's been spotted. Now they can pursue it a bit more vigorously.
Yes, with vim and vigor. But to begin with, 3 kills. Sorry, kills? Rounds. 3 rounds for Liquid.
Same thing.
Yes. You know, counted to 3. I'm halfway there. That's the tricky part. But a decent start. Decent enough start. There were a couple of rounds where you could see threat, but rounds are rounds no matter what at this point. So looking over towards it, it's Gambit's time for a return. We do see the AWP coming out straight away for them. Nitro still on the Mac Daddy, so that could be fun.
See how it plays. The AWP is going to head in towards that mid window. There's the smoke. 2 smoke. So mid presence feigned for Team Liquid. And that forces Hobbit's attention towards Connector. And yeah, they're just going to hit the same bomb site. They want to get in. Doja's traded immediately. Hobbit blocked off by the smoke. Mo's got to get in position at CT spawn.
Yeah, that is so quick from Liquid. I kind of like it as well. Elige, right on in there, finds Hobbit. Very small chance to reply for him, it felt, as the 3 remaining players from Gambit are locked out. They're walking right into the blender. Adren's the only one to really strike back at this point, but that's perfect from Seized. Good timing to deny the plant. Fades away to the smoke as Elige now left wondering where he went, and he finds out the hard way. It's down to just Steel here. Somehow Liquid felt like, it looked like they had so much going for them, but it's all fallen apart.
They use so much utility to get into the bombs, but they didn't have it left to secure the plant. There's the peek, and Seal's almost able to adjust. Not all lost, though, for Team Liquid. Remember, like you mentioned, MAC-10 was still on the board. It's just that 4th round. They bring it into a 1 versus 1. So Gambit, their economy's wiped out, and they couldn't even salvage the AWP. So that's not an option in the next round. Chance here for Liquid to have an early reset. Galil's on the board for them, though, so they're feeling some of the losses they took in the 2nd and 3rd rounds.
See, it still catches me out when I see the Galil every now and then. It's been a while since I've casted CS, but Galils and Faustists, hey, they're coming back through.
They don't have that in PUBG? Wales?
How dare you?
I've never played the game.
That's a straight up lie. That's a straight up lie.
Okay, I've played it once with you. But don't tell any of the viewers. Twist coming from underpass. There goes Nap. Hobbit Mo chime in. We'll see how this can play out. Mid control goes towards Team Liquid. They have Nitro at the top, 2 players underneath the window. But that's a great kill onto Elige. Big time player trying to lurk out Palace. 2 great duelists going head to head there, and Hobbit's going to come out on top.
Brilliant presence of mind for him, kind of, understanding, all right, we've got a lot of pressure through middle. Where's that next pinch point that they want to try and get something going from? And straight away he eyes it up and he gets it done. But Liquid going to kind of turn attention. They're eyeing up that B side for now. Still towards Connector, the rest over towards B apps, but you've got a Dren there, you've got Hobbit. Hobbit, for the in-game leader, for someone like that, he's been in the right place, seemingly at the right time for now, quite often, and C's not far off either.
Steel is in a position to flank, but he's not even going to get the opportunity. Twist is the only one left here. Now Steel has to make a play. He can hear Doja behind him. That's a free kill. Sees, though, in the flank. Has great positioning. Any kill matters at this point for Steel. Keep the money low. There was a chance that he opened up a retreat avenue to get back towards that A bomb site, but C's shut that door pretty quick. Locked the doors.
And what do we have it? Gambit, at least, kind of keeping things building for themselves. It felt very kind of hit and miss every now and then. It does feel quite sporadic, but we'll see if they continue. It feels more volatile for them than it does Liquid.
Ooh, going back to that word. Yeah.
I like volatile.
It also means that, because I did look it up when they were chatting a little bit about it.
We've been on the Google definition.
Yeah, it does also mean that it's, which is ironic for Team Liquid, that it is more easily evaporated at normal temperatures. So maybe not wanting to use that word in interviews moving forward.
I mean, I also like the synonyms being giddy and whimsical.
That's a bit weird.
I feel like I need to use the word whimsical more often.
I think you do too. I was thinking that as well. I was wondering if Team Liquid was going to buy into this round, just because they know they have the economy of Gambit is still a pressure point. But I mean, with the 3 rounds early, it looks like they'll be happy to save this one. Some Deagles on the board. They still have that Galil, so not wanting to risk too much early on to kind of take more weapons away. Obviously, if they were to go for that and then lose a round pretty heavily, they'd be in a lot of trouble. I think despite some of the underperformances from this Gambit lineup and some of their players, this is still a very dangerous team.
What were you saying?
Okay, Naf. I take it all back. Was that a Glock?
Yeah. Yeah, it was. Well, seized. You kind of walked into it. I guess you don't expect the double dink and just get absolutely.
I swear it has to be 4 dinks at that point.
It's a good few. It's more than 2. I'm pretty sure.
He didn't even fire back.
No. Seized. It's the rough start, but I'm actually kind of amazed. Look how many players they've kind of pulled here. You've still got 1 very passive in towards middle, 2 players on B, and you've got the 1 player by A essentially here, and that's going to be Dozier. So they actually might get a plant out of this. Liquid, they could be on for something pretty decent, considering Steel's position is really nice as well. If they can just somehow get past Dozier, there's a plant very much possible on the board.
Yeah, Steel can't help, though. Steel cannot expose himself in Connector, especially because now Hobbit's spotted on Catwalk. So he's got to really time his peak, and Doja's been so patient. That's a well-earned kill and a well-earned bomb down on the ground. Still fighting. Doja's been solid for this team throughout some of the slumps from other players. Doja has remained fantastic. Hobbit with a triple kill in that round. It's all tied up.
Yeah, bit of a backbone in that one. You could see how it could kind of almost fall apart between small pieces. And even C saying, nice shot there, just to reiterate that you kind of say that like, oh, that's just happened. Great. Fantastic. All right, 3v3. God, my brain is real.
Threes are tough for you today.
Yeah.
Getting to 3.
Yeah.
We're about to be done with it, though, so...
Thank the Lord.
We're about to get the 4.
3-3. Gambit and Liquid tying things all back up to this. But we do see at least Liquid back on the decent purchase. I want to see what they can achieve with this one. Still a Galil with Steel, but it's not the end of the world. Still viable. On the other side, we still see the same kind of sat with Dozier as he's got himself 1-2, which is, is what it is.
Why spend money when you already got the gun? It was a CIS, I think it was Hellraisers who made that comment a while back. That they think more pro players and teams should be practicing with the Galil. So we'll see how it goes. Have seen it at times kind of backfire and kills that would normally come out with an AK-47, but could be all right. He's close up in his position, and Hobbit is at the top of Connector. That smoke is going to fade. Twist and Steel and Elige there. All three can challenge in connector if they want.
Flashed in. Molotov back. The kind of dance begins at middle control. Both teams exchanging small bits and pieces of utility. Seized and Dren still towards B though. Pretty much dedicated towards the site. Seized this time not really fancying that push up. He kind of got a big...
Put in his place?
Yeah, kind of the backhand, kind of keep you right in place. Now, at least propping himself up by ladder, gonna get a good tag towards Mo. That's pretty upsetting for him. He just didn't think it was a possibility, which is surprising.
And that's great damage on a Mo, because he would be a rotator over towards that B bomb site. Look how much this defense is shifting just based off that damage. He goes back for more. He's a bit insane, but it's gonna work out. Steel has found two, or Seized has found two on Catwalk. That might just save the round for Gambit, because they were all getting out of position.
Well, they might need more saving than just that. At the moment, it's down to a 2v3, but the two players certainly capable here. But the problem is they're pretty split apart. Twist is the only one towards the bomb site right now. He can get the bomb plant to a degree. And now it's timing. Naf's going to be heard. Hobbit's going to know this. Naf, though, swings on it, but he can't get it done. It's Hobbit to deny that second play of the sport. The cavalry for Twist, but maybe he doesn't need it. He knows Hobbit is up there. I almost believed for a second there was a little glimmer of hope that that shot was going to line up and then it all falls into place, but no. It's Gambit to hold on and then push themselves forward finally to get out of that little 3-3 situation.
Yes. Nicely done, Lauren.
Thanks. I was proud.
Yeah, they've gotten up to 4, which is great. I mean, that's such a tough win for Twist, but he almost pulls it off. You can see kind of the game sense in this young guy, been touted as one of the up-and-coming players, and you can see why. Very crisp aim. He has a great knowledge of what fight's coming next. And Gambit is, I mean, they've really just been able to hold on just barely in some of these rounds. That double kill from Seized on Catwalk is so critical, because all of Gambit was rotating out of position, especially when Naf follows that up and gets the kill. They weren't even going to be ready for that B hit until Seized wins and allows the Dren time to get back into the bomb site. So back to pistols, 5 CZs, which suggests it's not going to be slow pace. It's not going to be trying to get some tags and headshots with the Deagles. It's going to be smokes out, hit the bomb site. Here it comes. Hobbit with the AK-47. Holding an off angle at triple. He's got Doja to support as well, and one player coming through the smoke. Steel gets the kill, though. They still haven't found Doja up top, and now he pounces. 2 kills come out quickly, but Liquid trades them.
Look at this site. They've made it their own. They've defined all the angles. They made the CZ the king, and now the bomb's going to be planted. And Seized, I don't think, can really stop this. Just to sit back and watch, but the smoke dissipates at the right time. Finding Twist unawares. Down to the 2v2. Mo, certainly vulnerable with that AWP. Pretty low, and the CZ comes alive. This is worrying times now. It's Seized in a 1v2. He knows where 1 is. Can he find Naf as well? Bait down the sound. Pick something away. But no one's falling for it. He leaps across. Naf now shows his hand, but Nitro holds on. And it looks like Seized is kind of curious as to where he can find this impact, and he simply can't. Brilliant work from Liquid, considering what they had to where they got to what they made of it. That was perfect.
Yeah, that was so sick. The hit comes in, and I mean, they even find Doja. They trade him off quickly after 1 kill. Same with Hobbit. That was a great round. And it was just very, very basic, just all the kills coming out for the CZs, which can be so frustrating for a CT side. They're going to have to invest into this. It's not going to be all the way with rifles and whatever they can buy, but Seized is going halfway with CZ armor. Hobbit's got a CZ of his own, but no crazy investments from the CT side. So Gambit going to sit one out. Liquid's earned it. And again, it's just going to be towards that A bomb site. Elige is going to be mid all alone. Great kill from Naf, waiting patiently for the push. And that's the only A defender here. Elige has gone down in mid. Doesn't matter, though. That just is going to speed up the take onto the A bomb site. As long as they don't lose too many players in this hit, and Twist adjusts and recovers from that dink. I think Adren's going to be happy to save that AK-47. They're going to need it into the next round. Their money is not great. Mo is down at 1450, so he's going to need a gun in the next one.
Yeah, Adren looks like he's kind of backed away. The other's going to try it, but Nitro swiftly puts Hobbit aside. As Doja with that P250, maybe hoping to catch someone pushing up, maybe catch a gun and get it away. But for now, it's looking a little rough here for Gambit. Liquid really bouncing back into this. It felt like maybe Gambit had started to really dominate throughout it, feel a bit comfortable and look like they were getting into it. But no, Liquid certainly bound back really rather quickly. I like it. And Doja not going to get anything out of this one as everyone is exiting through ramp.
It's just wild, like the round that they do it on is just the 5 CZs. I think they only came into with like 2 smokes and a couple flashbangs there to just take over that whole A bomb site. So that's got to be a bit depressing for them. Either way, 5-4. We'll see if Gambit wants to save again or if they're going to buy here. They are on the edge with a couple of players. Dren toying with the edge of a smoke. Elige walks right into it. There have been some interesting games on this map for Team Liquid. Now, they did lose to both SK and Mouse Sports on this map in their playoff series back at Star Series, and then they were able to beat FaZe 16-4. We can touch on that in the next round. I actually have something to say on that matter, so that'll be cool.
Okay. It's nice to know that you have an opinion, but what else is nice is the fact that Naf just walked up ramp and got Hobbit down. And that's actually a pretty big blow to Gambit, considering they invested as much as they could into this. It was a scrappy buy. They were each dropping each other out, trying to spread the wealth. And well, what a beginning. You know, straight away, not really investing much either from Liquid. He just straight up walked ramp, but now Adren wants to try and get back into the action. Players all throughout mid, but it's Mo to find Twist, but Elise strikes back and twice as hard. Adren and C's get wiped away and are down to 2 for Gambit. And the main man, I guess you gotta hope, comes through with goods would be Dozier, but the bomb's not even here, it's already gone. Again, Liquid playing so many steps ahead here.
Yeah, this is so nice for Team Liquid. As soon as they get that first kill, Naf has just created so much. Even with just 1 kill in the round so far, you can give him assists for the other 3 that have come out there. I mean, just Steel even taking advantage of the craziness of all the kills coming out on Catwalk to just push through smoke. That was incredible. The thing I wanted to say, let me get back to that.
Go ahead.
Yeah. This is a Liquid team playing with a massive chip on their shoulder, just because if you look at some of the big wins they've had when they won Summit, as the Dust talked about, you know, that big series win over SK, and people just kind of threw it aside and said, you know, oh, it's Summit, SK doesn't care as much about that. You know,
fun, right?
that win doesn't have as much meaning to it. When they beat FaZe just last week or a couple days ago, people were like, oh, it's a third, fourth place decider. FaZe didn't care too much about that game. And I know Liquid players have got to just be sitting there scratching their head, say, like, when do we get credit for any of these wins? Because I know they're getting great credit from pundits, from analysts. Obviously, the desk gave them high praises and everything like that. But the general population, general viewership, is still very much doubting them.
Did you just say analysis and pundits really like third place playoffs?
No, I didn't say anything of the sort.
Did you? Well, I never. Dozier, the only one to keep hold of anything this round. That's nice though from Seized. Catching them a little unawares. Twist. His head will spin on that one, but bomb plant going to come in. This still should be secured, but there is a small chance of Dozier doing something here. He's got the gun, no armor, obviously, no kit. And that's the knife in the back that'll do it. Steel is there, 2 still alive for Liquid, and around on the board.
Steel's done a very good job of lurking in connector and really changing the pace of how passive and aggressive he wants to play it. So he's kind of throwing off Gambit players when they rotate. That's going to slow things down into the future when eventually someone wants to come from the A bomb site to the B or vice versa, having to worry about where Steel is playing exactly. Snaf leading the way for Liquid 13-6 and Steel at 10-6. Double op setup switched into for Gambit.
Mid smoke messed up. I'm not sure which. I think that might have been the window smoke.
These days we don't say they messed up. We just say they do it on purpose.
But that landed a spawn though.
Oh, that really messed up.
But for now, I'm wondering if that's going to change the up or not at all. Dozier feeding the beast is a deadly thing to do. He does only find a leash this time. Twist is there to kind of maintain the situation, but this A-take is certainly not going to be as easy. It seems that Gambit have put players here, they've put presence towards it because Liquid really started to grind that away from them.
Yeah, where does Liquid readjust to now? They have to shift the way they want to play it. Nitro's all alone with the bomb on A-ramp, which is risky in itself. Got Naf and Twist coming towards mid, 2 great playmakers, so if anyone's going to create something, Naf, the reason they're doing this, obviously, Naf with 13 HP can't be too aggressive, and they're going to need some aggression at that part of the map. Tom out for Nitro, wants to peel attention away from mid to allow his teammates the space to do it, and sees with that op. He's going to take the peek, and there's a timing on this. Adren is rotating around from the B bomb site. He's going to be behind Nitro very quick. There's a good kill from Naf, though. Unfortunately, there's no chance they expect Adren coming up. Naf is low, so it's got to be Nitro from here, and he's at a disadvantage. Hobbit up top. There's Adren. Won't even get to Hobbit. That's the round basically secured. 30 seconds left. C's missing a shot, but now they have the information, and there's Hobbit.
Nice little switch up from Gambit there. Finally seeing them kind of being proactive in their approach. I'm wondering what Liquid now do to come back into it. You know, it's that kind of back and forth, each team trying to, you know, switch up small bits and pieces.
Well, I believe they're going to take a timeout to kind of discuss things, especially because that was also a switch into the double op, which probably caught them off guard just a little bit. I believe C still has his somewhere.
Just hiding.
Yeah. 7-5. This is a good T-side that's being put together.
It really is. It started off pretty close, considering you're back and forth around to a degree, pretty competitive, but they found that groove and they just ran with it for a while.
Yeah, and they've done I mean, it mostly comes Team Liquid when, with that mid control, and then they've had a couple rounds where Naf has created opportunities with, a kill or just presence at A, and with like the hectic rotations coming in from Gambit, Liquid's mid presence is able to spring and pounce and kind of find some more fights that they like.
Yeah, I've been kind of impressed with this so far from Liquid. I really like the way they switched it up. That CZ round that kind of, I guess sprung it all into action is pretty nice to watch. But again, Gambit kind of stemming the bleed for now. That was the first real time they had that big response. Now they need to see if they can kind of replicate it or keep the reads going. Adren getting very aggressive. Good flash. Is it good enough? The flash was fine. It was everything else that followed. Adren has to back away, tries to deal with the leech, but he's having none of it. Takes over mid control, and now they can start applying the pressure, start turning those screws and making Gambit sweat as Steel. Again, this guy's been a real nuisance every time in the back, in the positions you just don't want him to be in. I wonder if he can maybe find something here to make him uncomfortable. And speaking of uncomfortable, that spray makes us all feel a little off.
Yeah, that wasn't ideal. There's C's pushing it mid, Twist transferring down. Nitro takes care of Hobbit on Catwalk.
This HP is so low, though, for Liquid.
Yeah, it really is, but they're going to be happy with kind of the position they're in at the moment. 3-on-2, and they've managed the aggression nicely. Now they're going to readjust back towards the A-bomb side because Elige already working himself up A-ramp. He's got, some kind of a platform for them to spring this attack on. The question becomes, how do they want to use the utility? They don't have a smoke to block off the cross, so you almost feel like they just have to walk into the bomb site and take the encounters as they come, but you don't want to use utility and kind of give up the game before Gambit's able to find it.
Doja is the last standing bastion of this A-bomb site. Been a bit of a guardian so far, holding it down on his own. Needs to do it again. It's very possible. Look at the HP. Steel, the first? No. Nitro goes across. Fails. Molotov comes in, bomb goes loose. That's the second for Dozier. The third might be pretty likely. Elige only on 10 HP with 16 seconds to get that bomb down or do something. With every second that passes, Mo grows ever closer from CT as well.
Well, if he can find Doja, all of a sudden his HP doesn't really matter because of the AWP. That's the critical kill. They do have 2 kits and 1 smoke on Mo. And here comes Doja towards the stairs. This is the fight that Elige wants, waiting for the peak, and when does it come? The timing is so important. That's the ult, and Mo's ready for that.
Wow. That angle was... That was pretty filthy.
You can tell that he's been punished by that in the past game. Like whether it's in practice, another game.
Straight up plays to it. That's perfect. But Doja, nice play from him. Not kind of overly saying his welcome either. Gets the 2 backs away from it straight away as that molly goes up. Just readjusts, waits for support to come around. And I know there was a little discussion on the desk about, who's anchoring these bomb sites, who's, is that, the big factor. I've got to say, I know Dozi's score doesn't look too impressive, but the kills he's been getting have been pretty integral to try and keep control of these sites and trying to keep them on the board. Liquid have really pressured towards A, so I wonder if that's going to be another one coming out this time around. We do have a lot of players kind of posturing towards it.
It's going to be just another straight-up A hit. Naf is in T-spawn still, but everyone else is here. Twist and Palace. There's 3 players defending this for Gambit. This is going to be a tough take for Team Liquid. I think Mo just missed the opportunity. Nitro swings wide into it. Molotov out for Palace. It's going to be extinguished, and Doja is burning. He gets out of there, but Mo's added another one to his tally, and now Steel has to create, and he does. Bomb site is reasonably open, but all the pathways in are challenged.
Absolutely. So many threats everywhere. You can see the T-side just trying to push forward. Steel's so aggressive, and Adren is happy to greet that, but Elige actually wins out on his fight, but losses elsewhere, leaving it just on Elige in the 1v3. Bomb to hand and a set made, but that's not the thing that actually hinders him. He finds Adren. And now what are you going to do? Can you try and split them 1-to-1 on the side? So they're going to try and stack up? Can you even get through short? Elige does make it through. Decent HP this time. Who does he have to get past first? Seized is the first challenge, and timing might just be on his side. Elige so aware of what could be happening. Molotov goes in, denies that right side. Elige now. Pop the bomb down and try and make this 1v2 happen. Here are the steps. Toyed with. Just adjust position and lock it down. Does know both are coming from the kitchen side, and here we go. Elige, show us a bit of that magic. 2 kills already. He needs a lot more, and he's not going to get it. Sees, crouches out, gets the job done. It may not be pretty, it may not be perfect, but it's all you need to get that round on the board.
Yeah, Elige would have loved that first kill, obviously, to give him a little bit more space, and probably could have played in a different position as well. No knowledge of Hobbit that whole round, and great job by C's there, just being patient, waiting for his teammate. You could see how deadly, though, Liquid's gotten in some of those rounds. I mean, they seemed kind of out of that one. Elige is able to make it work. He's been great for this team, even though a lot of the talk and attention has been on Naf. But Gambit, for all their question marks around this team and kind of the general feeling about them coming into this event, of putting together, they're recovering so nicely in the CT half. They seem put out of it. They've won 3 straight now after losing 4 in a row. So able to kind of buckle down and make sure they can still fight for this game.
Putting everything into this final round. Let's see who's going to try and push it that little bit further. B's been kind of not too pressured. Mo this time might be hearing steps, or the call's been made that there's pressure coming through. Definite indications given. Nade's going to be put towards middle. Nitro trying to get a little bit of a glimpse towards short, but no one's actually on it right now, but it's good information to be passed through, and Liquid just gaining that map control they need.
Yeah, Gambit's been aggressive there a couple times throughout this game, so they're obviously trying to punish that one. This time, though, the pressure for the CT side is going to come towards A ramp. No one is there. They have push it. Oh, that is a great reaction. Naf swings down. Doja's been great, but he's out of the fight this time. There is one more player. Who knows if they can realize it or if they can read it. But now Mo's got a peek for information. He spots the AK and gets a headshot. Naf is too late for the punish. You can see he wanted the swing, and they still have to find Hobbit. There he is. Gives away his position, and Liquid is trapped. This is a very awkward scenario. But Mo can no longer fight. Been brought
Look where
down
they're
low.
going. They've gone, screw that, we'll go B. All right, fair enough. And I don't think Gambit have even registered that's a possibility yet. No, they definitely haven't. Now they do. Adren obviously gets taken down. Twist gets to play, and it's like, oh, it's perfect. Sick positioning, sick adjustment, and they just completely outdid Gambit.
They just like slithered out of that one so quickly, didn't they? You didn't even see it was possible, but they went for it. That was great. Really good half from Team Liquid. This has been a great T side. We'll see if they can keep it up on the defense when we return from the break.
Intel Extreme Masters.
A capricious first half coming out from these two teams, both getting their digs in throughout this, but it does seem as though toward the end, Liquid started to get themselves back together, but Gambit certainly keeping themselves in the running there.
Yes, they really did, and I mentioned it's a great job recovering in that half, because it was looking like it could have been a blowout for Team Liquid if Gambit weren't able to take the kind of the momentum away and go on a small run. See these two guys, Hobbit, Naf, head to head. There it is.
Look, words are tricky. We've been busy people.
I'm struggling with words, you're struggling with numbers.
Yeah.
With our powers combined, we should be one complete person.
Look at us go. Haven't been called a complete person in a long time, so I mean that's pretty good. Gambit now on the T side, of course. Liquid on the CT side. We'll see if there's been any disparity once obviously they flip over. It looks like Twist will be challenged, but it looks like a bit of, not necessarily a read, but they've got the players in the right place here. Dren going to find Twist to begin with. That's a bit of a feed, but the flash is fantastic. Look at this. He's got a complete free reign, but there's a counter flash coming back in. Made it not so easy. Elige, you better be ready because the flood's about to happen. Gambit make it out. And Team Liquid looking a little worse for wear, but can Naf be maybe the saving grace of this side?
I have a 2-on-3 and Nitro's on a quick flank. That could just do it. Weird angle for Naf to handle, but he does. He goes for the repeak. Oh, this has been a battle the whole way. Seized waiting for this flank. Nitro's got to be prepared. There's a Dren out in the open. He's down to red. Nitro, he doesn't realize Seized is just below him, and there's the peak. It's all on Naf now. 1-on-2, and the bomb is stuck.
How's he made it out this far as well?
It seems like a Dren with low HP just wants to get in a position to cover the plant, or to check the flank, but Seized is still stuck.
Naf, well, he's in no hurry. This is such a big read from Naf. Backs away. That is absolute precision play, but would he expect another? Or was that just a flank? Is that what he's going to chalk it up to? Again, it's a gamble for Naf now.
The moment he feels it's a flank, so he's obviously checking the B bomb site, and that's going to put him way out of position. Liquid's going to be upset. They had the perfect pistol on call for this. They had 2 on the B platform in the B halls. They had 1 on catwalk, and Naf was there on a quick rotate. They had Nitro on the flank, and they still weren't able to handle it. But Naf, he's going to have to go for his 4th. Seized has the Molotov as well. This could just be heartbreaking, but there's a lot of time left in that timer. Naf gonna clear out to the left, doesn't spawn anything. Sees just biding his time, not wanting to get in that fight, making sure he can use the Molotov appropriately. Until Naf gets on the bomb, it's not gonna come out. Sees is in position, it's gonna tap, and it's a long diffuse. There's no kit here, so this Molotov is gonna basically end things. Naf's gotta go take that fight while the fire burns, and Sees can just back away, and I think he's done it. Naf no longer can win this round, so a great outplay from Seized.
Very good.
In a 1v1.
Yeah, really nice recovery. It did feel like Naf was just reading the game plan so well, but obviously feeling it was the flank rather than the full rotate back over. Kind of fed him the wrong information. But you've got a gambler. There's no way you would have known anything more than that, surely.
Even if he believed that both players were going towards the A bomb site, once he gets that kill on a Dren, anything can change from there as well.
Absolutely.
So you just really pick a bomb site and you say, you either pick a bomb site or you sit in the middle and see if you get information of rotation. But if you do that, then you're never going to know what bomb site it is when it gets planted. Then you're still gambling just at a later stage.
But now let's look at the purchase coming out as well for Gambit. Galils in there, UMPs, and on the other side, Deagles, P250, and that's about it. So very, very light, of course, for the CT side, not able to get much together. And we're seeing if a Dren, Dozier can maybe farm up some funds, but Hobbit as well onto that Galil. Seized, and he'll wander around, but it looks like a bit of a lean towards B for now, but that can all change. They can always play back into either side.
Yeah, no armor investment from Liquid, so they're going to be able to have a bit more nades to work with onto the first gun round. Starting to see CT teams do this more and more, as utility just seemingly becomes so important to the defenses. And yeah, Gambit's going to rotate back towards A. They've heard nothing. Doja, Hobbit's going to join him in Palace. Looks like everyone's going to be going through Palace. C's actually going to go towards Ramp. So with 3 players here, there is a chance if these Deagles can do something magnificent. It's still going to be tough to really contain everything, especially there is a Molotov on Doja, depending on where he puts that, likely underneath balcony. But a chance if some nice shots ring out initially.
Sound like a really interesting, weather sort of report. And there's a high chance of some interesting shots to come out on the western front. Already Steel to find a Dren and Twist to find Hobbit. Things are getting more than interesting. It's getting deadly. Elige there reining it in towards Dozier. And now we're down to 2 for Gambit, and Seized is clawing this back, desperately trying to keep hold, but Twist says no. It's down to a 3v1. Seized not liking this at all. And he's trying to fight his way out, but there they come. Steel there, just to add insult to injury at the end. And what an absolutely shambolic round for Gambit.
There were so many contingencies for Team Liquid in that A bomb site. It was like Twist gets a kill, then they start pushing towards him, thinking maybe he's playing retake. There's a player triple that pops out, gets one more. They go to clear him out, and it's the player who pops out of caution boxes in the site. That is a really, really nice setup anti-eco for Team Liquid. On top of that, steal towards the B bomb site kills Adren, who's trying to just set up a fake. If he gets that kill, maybe someone kind of loses their nerve at the A bomb site, makes that easier for Gambit. What a shutdown. And he's looking less happy than when Steel or Seized won that pistol round.
Yeah, not so much cheer among the boys there. Always kind of upsetting when that happens because you feel as though like the first two dice, that's right, it's only
Yeah, still recover.
and then it's like, oh, it spirals. It's just, it's all gone, isn't it? 9-8 though, and looking coming back into this Gambit. Money-wise, going to have to just accept the fact that they don't have that much to work with. They're going to try and do what was just done to them right back at Liquid. We've got armor, though. We've got that supplementing what they've bought. So we've got a couple of CZs. You've got the Deagle coming out. You've got, you've got a fair amount to work with, but no utility at all.
Yeah, that's the heartbreak, is if you don't have success and you don't... It can be so difficult to have that, then you just have to get picks, essentially, without utility. We saw Liquid make it work with some smokes and flashbangs, and Elige gonna shut down 2. That just means the players over at A have to go for it, and it's a retake setup from Twist, who spotted this out. He can just wait for his teammates to come back in, but he's just going to duel and fight anyways. He'll risk it all. He's going to find just one. Just the one.
Yeah, Dozier staying alive with the CZ, 20 HP. Good work from Adren to find Steel, but 1v3, 46 HP? Almost messed up numbers again. That would have been impressive. I'm just straight up reading. Might be a bit tricky there. So there we go. 3 alive for Liquid and around the board. A step in the right direction, though. Starting to break ahead from the pack because before he is quite close to the round, so kind of going back and forth in these longer times. It looks like there's a technical issue coming in, not a tactical pause. So hopefully they can resolve that.
It's resolved already.
Already good?
Yeah.
Wow. That's...
Got those tier 1 admins tackling problems.
Somehow you just muted your own mic, like, nah, it's my fault, isn't it? It's actually working still. But that was very quick. So anyway, back into the game. It was for a second.
Now it's all about minimizing losses for Team Liquid. They did lose a couple players in that last round towards the end. Adren was able to get that kill. I mean, they only lost 2 total, so it's not the biggest of deals, but you still would like those not to come out. This is the time where you want to really build money, because once the rifles come out with this close of a game, you want to have as many buy rounds down the stretch as possible. So just sit back with these rifles and make sure you do short work at the Glocks.
Top of mid's looking a little busy when they start running out. No one's going aggressive this round. Last round they did. You saw Elige kind of pushed up middle as well. Very unlikely he's going to go for a bit of that. 4 players waiting, and the bomb is towards Palace. That's about all she wrote, really. They don't have anything else. There's no aggression towards middle, so they're going to peel off of this. Wondering how much Caesar's heard, if there's been any steps towards ramp, any information maybe passed across, because Nitro's up pretty close, so that could bode pretty poorly for them. Twist as well, going to just watch towards ramp from Firebox.
Yeah, and actually both players are kind of in positions where they're committed to the defense of the site. It's going to be difficult to fall back once action starts, so they can both go down. And Twist, he's getting dipped so much. There goes Nitro. Twist still not getting involved. Tapping away now. Took him a bit, but he's there.
Glocks in this game seem pretty deadly. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, there's a good few dinks coming through, you know?
Yeah, Naf with that stellar 1v1 earlier.
Yeah, that was nice.
That was great. Yeah, Twist missed some shots earlier with kind of punished his teammate, but either way, got on the board eventually. I love that slow-mo voice.
Can we get that at the end of like every round? Like just terrorist.
Maybe
just
like a
get slowed down.
Ringtone?
Oh, I'm into that. Like anytime there's a message in the WhatsApp group, that's what it is.
I would destroy all of you.
8-11. And we see Liquid now in a bit of a power position, getting the AWPs out to play now, starting to maybe get a bit more comfortable. But we see Gambit finally having a really good shot at it, or at least having guns to give a good go at this. But they've got 3 players in Palace, 1 ramp and 1 over by B. It looks like that kind of late play through underpass going from Siege. But right now, look at this. It's walking straight out, going in cold, and really... they're not getting much out of it. Straight up, Elige has taken down Dozier, Hobbit, and there's not much more to be seen. No replies, and Elige isn't done with 2. He wants 3. Mo's in there as well. He's going to claim back a little bit of pride, if anything. But I'm wondering if there's any chance they can do anything with this round here.
C's needs to get involved. Mo's kind of pinned down at the moment. The tough part is Nitro on catwalk with that AWP. C's has a Molotov to put him out of position. He's got to guess this position, and he does. And this shot from Nitro, but he can't fall. Nitro's going to be able to get away when he sees the Molotov come out. And there goes Mo. It's all down to C's. 30 HP for him, and the bomb is at the A site. What a great round from Elige. He's he's a player, and we saw it, you know, last week. We've seen it a number of times, obviously, throughout his career. He's been great for Team Liquid for some time now. But if you don't put a flashbang in his face, he loves fighting, and he is so good at it. His first bullet accuracy is very nice. And if you don't block him off by smokes, that's kind of the tough part. Like you said, 3 players in Palace for Gambit on that hit. They threw all the smokes over, and then a Molotov enters Palace. So the hit was telegraphed. Elish had time to rotate into great position and just takes out 3.
Pretty rough stuff, considering Gambit's money now, again, kind of gets pushed back, right? You're just in that kind of situation where you're struggling to get those bomb plants, get those kills even at this point. We'll see if anything else can come from it.
This is where you can really start to see some of the cracks in Gambit, and the conversation that centers around the in-game leadership is on this T side, because it is one of those teams, we've seen so many teams try and do it, where you just take, you know, a really good player on your squad and make him a leader. Now here's some kills that can amount for some success. Steel's here to try and close the gaps, but can't do it. So all of a sudden, a lot of danger.
It feels like Liquid wanted every fight they could take in middle then. They really ran into it, and Gambit happily will take that on. But Dozier and Mo now left in this one. Bomb on the back of Dozier, heading right back round towards A. You've got Twist on Nitro on the other side. Now Nitro's still got that AWP up. You've got Twist already having a decent round, getting a kill for himself too. So they're kind of split between the sites, but Twist actually peeling off of A as well.
Yeah, it's so tough to kind of figure out how to play this as 2 defenders when you're so spread apart. Everyone's going to play it passively, trying to assume what angle is going to be coming next. How aggressive does Mo want to get here? Nitro sees absolutely nothing towards Catwalk, towards B Halls. Twist still not moving, expecting a boost. No noises made, and just now they're going to realize it is this A-bomb site.
There it is. Frustration, I can imagine, now in the Liquid camp as they, you know, positioned for maybe something more than that, but swift rebuttal from Nitro to find Dozier so quickly has left Mo in such a really, really treacherous situation. And it looks like maybe they're aware he's in middle, maybe, but that's good from him to strike back and quickly. Nitro goes down, now it's Twist. Oh, please don't do this to me. Alright, there we go, straight fight comes out. So well played from Mo. Twist really just wanted to get in there, try and take him away, not have to do that dance on the bomb, but all said and done, really, really good stuff from Gambit.
Yeah, interesting. You had it right. Liquid was, there was not a fight in mid. They didn't like that round, and they end up losing too much. The passive 2v2 from them is well designed to make sure they can work together to retake the bomb site. And it looked like it was going to be possible, but great shots from Mo. Nice shots from everyone on Gambit, really, with those Deagles and CZs to eliminate the rifles and all that aggression. Good response. 9-12. Gambit not out of it just yet. Stop a 4-round streak for Team Liquid. Elish is in window. He's going to get picked off by Mo, and Nitro with the response. Mo lands right in the crosshair.
Back and forth. You love to see that. Now, I guess, is what did Gambit do? You've got a 4v4, which is always pretty nice for a T-side in a way. You kind of like to work with that, especially with Liquid having very little utility left as well. They're down to, what, a flash or 2? Even better. Make it an advantageous situation straight up. 4v3. Nade comes back in. Again, back and forth. These teams are finding these kind of return kills so quickly as Dozier's vying for room, though. He's opting to look for possibilities, ways in. And so far sees nothing. The closest threat is, of course, Twist, but these guys walk up dry. There's no way Twist knows when they're actually getting hit.
Yeah, Twist has been playing in Connector basically this whole time. He's been playing retake a lot over at the ticket booth at the A-bomb site. And the fact they have no knowledge of what's coming in A kind of really scares him from making that peek and trying to find that information. They could spam him down. It's Nitro. Stops the plant. That's huge. Gambit's got to run in there and get the bomb. More shots coming out. It's going to be spam. No. Bomb goes down. Twist trying to make sure he doesn't swing too wide. Doja is waiting for everything. He's in Palace. Molotov's out. Hobbit brought down low. 28 HP. And Doja holding the off angle. Can't land the shots. He's brought down as well. This is going to be so difficult. No kills coming out for Gambit. They've been so close, but haven't been able to find anything. Now, on the bomb, Nitro's got to cover his teammate. He switched over to the M4, and it's being stuck. Doja just calling their bluff, and it's going to end up losing this round for Gambit. Can't blame him too much. The chance was there. But that op kill from Nitro to stop Adren planting the bomb ended up being pivotal.
Absolutely. Liquid. These rounds are getting so close now, though. Like, at the moment. Like, it's
yeah.
It's gone from quite defining. Like, the first half felt like, you know, each team had their chunk. They each had their, like, run of, like, 4 rounds each. And now we're seeing these kind of even back and forth kills throughout the round. It's quite fun to watch. Even though Gambit have been suffering a lot with, like, you know, their money's been pretty poor a lot of the times. Like, they haven't really had that flush money to work with. And same can be said for Liquid. It's not like either team have had these, like, huge streaks of cash. But, I mean, Excellent work between the both of them. Right now, Liquid a little further ahead, of course, 13-9, but let's see if Gambit can maybe, pull something out here. They need it. They need that one big kind of hit, that, big push through, and they're down to CZs on players. It's not good at all.
I mean, they know the economy's not still built up for Team Liquid, so they have to go into this round. It's their best chance of closing the gap towards the end of this game. All 5 players over here towards A. Nitro with the AWP is here as well, and Elysian Connector will be able to spin around very quickly and help out. But it's so tense as quiet is everywhere. Twist going underneath is going to be in danger of a Molotov. That smoke's not going to block off Nitro.
Nitro still able to see this one. Flash comes out and they take the molly damage, and it just plays it towards Twist out of dark. And he does get isolated after 1, but it did buy time for Nitro to maybe strike, but he doesn't quite get it done. And now the T-side do find room to work. Smoke's still up. Keep in mind they don't have any after this, so they've only got 1 Molotov. So keeping Hobbit nice and aggressive, maybe going to try and keep that real estate of having Connector, but the jump up gets met by sheer force. Dozier having none of that. Going to find Naf and keep things going the right way for Gambit here.
I think Liquid is, if this flank from Elige doesn't work out, they just need to save this round. They don't really have a whole lot to get back into it. Elige, there's the loss, and I think they need to back away. Swap over to the AWP and just fall back, but no, they're going to keep going for the fight. Nitro does have the AWP, but it's the only thing remaining. It's a nice round from Gambit. I think Nitro caught off guard with that AWP about them running through the Molotovs. He wasn't ready for that, could never get back into position. Really good awareness from Doja as well, waiting for that boost from CT spawn. He's even ready for Nitro. Oh, that's a cool shot.
Nice. Nitro's putting on a show. No Daddy Orpa, but we've got Nitro. We'll just throw him in.
He's been solid, and they've got a couple guys who are solid. Naf is a pretty solid AWPer as well when he chooses to pick it up, when he's feeling it. Obviously, for this team, it feels like his rifle is the most valued asset, but that's a big win for Gambit, and this is why there's just no money behind this for Team Liquid. They're going to pick up the CZs, which is a risk in and of itself.
Yeah.
Okay. They want to support Nitro with the AWP.
Always nice to be supportive of your friends. It could backfire, but Elysian now going to try and play in towards Palace, and I kind of like that. You kind of 1-for-1 trade it out, but considering you only have the CZ, you recover a rifle, get that to kind of then boost up the armor that you have. You kind of make another play. You make another Nitro, right? So again, these two can now maybe be a little bit more pivotal. And there's actually 4 players towards ramp here. I don't think Gambit expected this sort of kind of purchase maybe, or this much pressure from it. Adren's now been hindered. Molotov goes in towards ramp. Plenty of smokes up, but these mollies, this presence, it's actually hindered this hit. It's really slowed it down.
I mean, it's that hall pressure. Liquid eliminated the only player in halls, and look how much they're delayed now, because Gambit realized they had to get seized in there. It's taking him time to clear all this out safely, but they need that second front. They need that player in Palace to make this work, and now all their utility's gone. Everything they just used is delayed by 1 Molotov. This is a disaster for Gambit, but they still have advantage in weaponry, although there is the AWP, there is the AK-47 here, and Twist still lurking, and no Molotov, actually, excuse me, Seized has the Molotov in Palace. So you could force Twist into the open, but it's going to be tough. Right now, they're testing the nerve of Team Liquid with this pause.
I like it. I'm not sure if it's going to work, but I like it. Nitro still so cautious of middle. There's no way that he'll know that there's a player there or not until this hit comes in right now. They start to make that contact through ramp, but it's Naf to tear him apart. Nitro to chime in towards Seized, and Twist with the CZ as well. Really well played from Liquid. They held their nerve. They got challenged on it. They got asked that question. Are you going to try and peel off? Are you worried about mid? Are you worried about B? All right, we'll see about that. And then Gambit walk in, and there it is. That Molotov bought them so much time then.
It really did. I think that on top of the kill in Palace was the big thing. Those were the 2 big delays that Liquid caused. But if you're Gambit now, you're going to go back to this T side and just be upset, obviously. You've lost now 2 anti-force buys. There are 2 anti-ecos, essentially, the second round, and obviously that one right there, which is tough. But this has been relatively uncreative on their T side. They've had a lot of A executes. That is much like the previous game we saw. They found success after such a long time with that hit onto the bomb site. They go right back into it.
Just wondering.
There's a shotgun purchase on the board, Lauren.
I think it's a technical pause.
Okay.
I think they did the auto buy thing by accident.
That's unfortunate. Would have liked to see that.
Yeah.
Maybe not at 14-10.
No, it's not the time. So I'm wondering. I have a horrible feeling. It's one of those like rollbacks. You have to roll back the money. So these downtimes can be pretty Spicy.
No, I have
You
faith.
have faith?
I have faith. It's gonna be
Alright.
quick.
When did this happen? When did you become this guy? Is
I'm
it
a
because
changed
Anders
man-
is
I'm a
so
changed man,
negative
yeah.
you have to be positive at this point?
Yeah, someone's got to be.
Yeah, I do enjoy watching Anders just slowly break down on Twitter. I don't
It's
think
not
even
even
slowly
really
anymore.
slow,
No,
yeah.
it's pretty steep. It's my favorite thing. And he does give us challenges throughout the day to try and say certain words.
Yes,
Also interesting.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, don't
Don't really care.
no. It's best to not encourage him. If anything, I should probably stop talking about it. But at 14-10, let's kind of take stock of what we've seen because it has been a very close game. It feels.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, at times it's looked like it's been able to, one team's been able to run away. It looked like Team Liquid was going to do that from the T side in the first half. That obviously didn't happen. Gambit was able to just barely hold on with a good run of their own towards the end. And then here on the CT side, Gambit's, it looked like that was going to be very close down the stretch, but Gambit have lost two anti-force spells. Like I
Look at
said,
that
anti-ecos.
smile.
Look at how quick that was.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Heartfelt thank you to the maker of Match Medic.
Shout out to you, admins. We appreciate you. All right, time's ticking down. Hopefully no Novas appear this time. It was I was kind of like, oh, Hobbit's gone for a very unique approach here.
Switched off that shotgun, I noticed.
Yeah, he's not fancied that one. And at 14-10, it looks like going in on this.
You kind of just have to. We're down 4 rounds. It is one of those things where it is like the biggest opportunity you have to put more rounds on the board. Although, with their track record of winning against low buys, maybe not.
That's true. And let's see what Gambit do this time. Let's see if they switch something up. We've seen a lot of kind of leaning towards A, but a quick B hit could certainly keep Liquid on their toes. Naf is there, though. He's been such a hindrance to them, such a thorn in the side, and Elise to join him. Steel has gone down in the meantime, and Mo will strike, so certainly not all clear skies for Gambit, but at the moment, it has meant that we're down to 6. Oh, where did Twist just come from?
It's like a velociraptor. You're focused on the one in front of you and one comes from the side.
Clever girl.
Yeah.
I need to watch Jurassic Park. I was so scared of that as a kid. Seized. 1v3. Bomb left in enemy hands. It's not looking likely.
No, it's not, is it? He was kind of held up by the aggression in mid, and Gambit tried to take advantage of the fact that Elige was fighting at top mid for quite a time as Caesar's throwing utility over. There it is. And they try to kind of punish that. And Naf actually, it's funny because he was late on his utility usage on his Molotov, but it actually works out in the end because it did split them. It like 2 people crossed before the Molotov got laid down, and that held the other 2 people off from really joining in. So in a way, it still did its job. 10-15 in Gambit. They're going to have to go for another CZ buy here to try and make this comeback happen. Team Liquid on the verge of winning their first match of the tournament, of this Group A. Which would be, you know, replicating their other North American brothers. Cloud9 winning their first match, 16-14.
Always on about North Americans, you.
That's my thing.
Well, we'll see if it does stick true to what we've seen already. Twist and Elise really going to get things off to a bit of a bang here, and it's down to 1 man. Seized. Well, it's all a little wild here, but Naf just says no. And at the end of the day, you've got to be really rather impressed with Liquid. It did seem close on the first half, but in the